Hello friends, when do you call a financial information to be relevant? We have already seen that relevance is one of the most fundamental qualitative characteristic a financial information should possess. So if a financial information is not relevant, then it cannot be called as a useful financial information. So we need to know, when can you call a financial information as a relevant financial information? Now, if you see the conceptual framework for financial reporting, as per this conceptual framework, a relevant financial information is capable of making a difference in the financial decisions made by the users. Okay, so you can call a financial decision, you can call a financial information as a relevant information if it is capable of making a difference in the decisions made by the users. Suppose there is a balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet gives information about so many things. Okay, now when can you say that financial information is relevant? Only if that financial information is capable of making any changes to the decision of the users. That means if that information was not available to the users, they would have taken some decision. If that information was available, they would have taken some different decision. So the availability of that information in that manner would affect the decision taken by the users. Such information is what is known as relevant information. Now, any financial information is capable of making difference in the decisions if it has either a predictive value or a confirmative value or both. So the financial information should be either should give some confirmative value, that means it confirms certain facts. Okay, so if a balance sheet tells you that a company or an entity has got a fixed asset or a property, plant and equipment of 1 million, or let's say 1 crore rupees. Okay, now that is a confirmatory value. It has got a confirmatory value. What is the confirmatory value? It says that that entity has got property, plant and equipments to the extent of, or property, plant and equipments costing 1 crore rupees. Okay, so that is a confirmatory value. Okay, now what is predictive value? It predicts any future information. How is it that if you see the statement of profit or loss, okay, the sales for the last year, the sales for the last year was, let us say, 50 lakhs. Sales for the current year is 75 lakhs. So these two information helps the users to predict the sales for the next year. Reasonably, they can say that, okay, last 2 years it has increased, so coming year also it is expected to increase. So predictive nature. Only if any financial information has either a predictive value or a confirmatory value or both together, you can call it to be a relevant financial information. Okay, now the question is, when can you say that a financial information has predictive value? A financial information has a predictive value if it can be used as an input to processes employed by the users to predict future outcomes. Okay, so I want to see what is the sales for the next year. How do you estimate the sales for the next year? Based on the sales for the current year as well as the previous year, or even maybe prior years. Okay, so this sales is an information given in statement of profit or loss account. It will have a predictive value if it is used as an input for making some future predictions. Okay, if the sales can be used for predicting the sales for the next year, then it has got predictive value. I hope that is clear. Okay, similarly, now financial information need not be a prediction or forecast to have a predictive value. Financial information with a predictive value is employed by the users in making their own predictions. Okay, so the financial information per se need not be a prediction to have a predictive value. Say for example, the sales for the last year has got predictive value, but sales for last year, is it a prediction? No, it is something which is actual. Okay, so an information which has already happened and occurred and recorded can have a predictive value or a confirmatory value. That's what they say. I hope that is clear. Okay, now going forward, financial information, when can you call a financial information to have confirmatory value? Financial information has got a confirmatory value, okay, confirmatory value if it provides feedback about or confirms or changes the previous evaluation. Okay, it confirms a figure of, let's say, property, plant and equipment. Okay, confirm the existence of PPE. So it has got confirmatory value. Okay, now another one, salaries and allowance. Salaries and allowance. Salaries and allowance is recorded in the financial statement, statement of profit or loss account. Now, in a particular case, a company has given that it has got 30 employees. Okay, and in its SOPL, statement of profit or loss account, the salaries and allowance is recorded to be, let's say, 50 lakh. Now, 30 employees, 50 lakh salary. Sometimes it may be confirmatory in nature. Okay, it has got 30 employees and the salary cost is 50 lakhs. Now, 30 employees and salary cost was only, let's say, 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs. Is it confirmatory? No, it is not confirmatory. Okay, but if it is 50 lakhs, it could be confirmatory. Okay, so any financial information has got confirmatory value if it provides feedback about or confirms or changes previous evaluations. Okay, that is confirmatory value, and we have already seen predictive value. So the concept of relevance is very vital in basic accounting. Okay, any financial information can be said to be useful financial information only if it is relevant. Okay, and a financial information will be called as relevant only if it affects the decisions made by the users. Okay, only if it affects the decisions, affecting the decisions made by the users. Now, when does a financial information affect the decisions made by the users? Only when it has got a predictive value, or it has got a confirmatory value. Okay, so this is all about the concept of relevance. Friends, I hope that is very clear to you. This is the first and the foremost fundamental qualitative characteristics a financial information should possess. Thank you.